When it comes to a Simpson Desert crossing, there is one thing you simply can't cross the Simo without, and that's a camel pie from the Birdsville bakery. Tasty, warm, oh, just so good. Oh, sorry, you wanted me to be serious. Alicia, take it away.
So we're about to head out of Birdsville and to our next corner, which is in the Simpson Desert. So there are a few safety things that we need to do. The first is a sand flag. Make sure it's 3 metres from the ground. It's always got to be at the front of the vehicle as well. So make sure you have that pretty much before you leave home is the best way to do that. The other thing is your desert handbook. There is a heap of information in here that's going to help you get through the Simpson Desert. Channel 10, which is also listed in here, is also the channel that you need to have on the radio so you can hear any oncoming traffic. Other than that, go out there and have some fun.
Apart from your sand flag and your pass, another essential thing you can do in Birdsville is fill up your tanks. The distance from here to Mount Dare, which is the next fuel stop, is over 500 k's, and most of that will be low-range driving on sand. You need to remember this when you calculate your fuel and carry some extra if you need it. It's not long before we've skipped town and hit the start of the Simpson Desert. I love this place.
I don't know about you guys, but this is the time of the year I love crossing the desert.
Absolutely, Jamie. There's nowhere quite like this on Earth, is there?
You know, I've been across the desert quite a few times now, but I've never gone from west to east, and I've never done it with a little trailer and tow. So this is going to be a new challenge for me as well. I am pumped.
Yeah, Rico, I reckon it will be a little bit of a challenge. I've only done it across this way once before. It's always the other way around. You know, I get asked time and time again, do I need a long-range tank when travelling in the Outback? Well, the fact is, I'm doing this trip for the first time myself without a long-range tank, so I can tell that story. The guys that I'm travelling with have all got long-range tanks, except for me. So what I've done is I've worked out my distances and gone, righto, well, I need to carry about 60 litres extra of diesel. Now, so far on the journey, it's worked out that I've probably needed 40 litres all up. This is why I like to run 2 UHF radios when travelling. We just stopped at this dune because we could hear them because we had a scan on this handheld just to pick up somebody else coming over another dune. So they're not too far away. Then we can communicate with them, but at the same time we can communicate with our group on this radio. So we know what's going on there. So we're just waiting at the bottom of this dune for them to come past us, and then we'll go on ahead.
This journey's been a blast, from driving into the night out of Cameron Corner, to exploring the camps and graves of our pioneering ancestors, to the epicness that is the Big Red Bash, and now the Simpson Desert. This country just gets better and better the more you explore it.
I'm not sure if you can see it out the window, but we're travelling across the salt flat here, and what people have done is they've tried to get through here in the wet when it's been really, really wet. And the other silly thing that they've done is they've gone out and done donuts all over the salt flat. Now these are things that you cannot fix. It just takes years and years and years for it to all come back to the way it was as a a great pure salt flat. And also, you don't want to get yourself stuck out on a salt flat, especially if you're on your own. You'll be there forever. Make sure whenever you cross a salt lake, you stay on the track that goes across. Don't veer off to your left or your right or go out for a drive. Stay on the track. It's very important to keep our environment, what we've got, the best we can.
This lake is epic. Over 2,700 acres in total, and there's nothing better than cruising down a salt lake like this and taking it all in. Poeppel Corner is probably the second most remote corner in the country. Some would say it's the most remote because the kind of driving you have to do to get here, and I tend to agree. But geez, it's just good to get here.
Well, it's been an absolute cracker of an adventure to get here. We're at Poeppel Corner. This is our fourth corner now. Now you need a four-wheel drive to get here because it's one of the most remote places, but gotta love it. You've got to get out here.